I have done a review over the weekend. I want to do just a replay on the market with that strategy that I set up, and I was tuning it. I was optimizing it to get a better performance on what time of the day, what the setting need to be done. So far, I narrow it down to the following. I'm using NinzaRenko, the NinzaRenko 22. I'm using the RTY for the Reversal 2000. I download 5 days of historical data to do that piece. So I can show you some of those. So I'm going to give you some reports. How did it perform? So for instance, here is one of the, actually to show you, this is actually sure it was a running scenario. I'm just right click, trading performance. Then I was using the top one right here. This is the starting at 8:15 a.m. all the way to 2 o'clock p.m. So I'm going to do a real time analysis on it to see how did it do after 5 days of trading. After 5 days of trading, here's the result. The result gave me a $2,500 profit. Maximum drawdown $755. That's mean there's one time straight I was down. There's a loss of $755 that occurred to the account. That doesn't mean I was down, but that's how much was down at one time back to back. That's mean how many trade back to back that was lost, and that caused that kind of loss. If you take a look at it's the strategy start at on that August 19 all the way to November 1st. It's actually 1 week. It's actually get me 1 week of data that I download from the 20 so it was 5 days, actually full 5 days that I download that data. So when you take a look at how much the profit it generate, that was the maximum drawdown. That's very important. But the profit factor is very important. It's very good. We have a 1.28 on that one, which is not too bad. It's pretty good so far. Total trade on that 5 days was 201. Profitable was for 51%, 58%. And you look at the average, the winning trade was 118. My losing trade was 83 total. My average winning trade was $100. My average losing was $111. So that was a good thing that I have most of my trade was winning than losing, because otherwise I would be in loss. Maximum consecutive winners was 6 in a row. And then I have 5 losers in a row. Largest winning trade was $100 because I set up to do 2 ticks, 2 points. 2 points is $100. My trading stop is actually about 35. Was at 25 ticks. So that's gave me largest losing trade was $170. Average time in the trade is less than 5 minutes. It was less than 5 minutes. So far it's pretty good. I can see between the long and the short, they are about almost the same, because it's not that many, because you can see they got 104 trade that was long, 97 trade was short, 61 was winning, 43 was losing on the long side, also 57 was winning, and 40 was losing on the short side. Sometimes it's good to actually, when you trade, not just what you are making, but you have to analyze your performance to see what's going on, to see how you're doing on how your trade. So let's look at some analysis. That was the summary of it. So let's take a look at the analysis. The analysis show this is a 5 days. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, actually 6 days. So I was 6 days. I started 25th all the way to the 1st. But each day was the net profit. If you take a look at each day, was actually a profit. net profit 540 on the first day, on the 25th, on the 26th to 65, 520, 160, 710 on the 31st was the biggest profit. Even though that's still on the 31st, that was a lot of volatility on the day. That's when we have a big drop on the market on the 31st of October. And on the 1st, we have a $385 in profit. Maximum drawdown also is very important. That's when we have our largest maximum drawdown was on the 30th. There's one time we were down 600, not 600 in one time, but it was the back-to-back loss that was happening on that day, $605. Then you have a 550, which is not bad. I mean, this is overall was pretty good, and that does not count for commission because we evaluate. That's an evaluation account that we are looking at, and you can see at that account starting. The account starting all the way from that 600 profit on the first day. See how it started, and it climbed every day. It was making money. It was climbing. This is actually show you what a real account will looks like. This is not a back testing. This is a replay. It's a market replay. Market replay give you the overall how your performance will be. But you see there's a lot of trade that happen on those days too. If you take a look at, I got 30 trade here. So 30 trade, they charge us about $7 a trade. So let's say if you are doing a real trade, I think Ninja charge about, what's that, less than $2 a trade. So even if you charge for that, that's even if you charge like $3 a trade, that's still going to be about what, $90. Take out of 90 from 540, you're still in profit. So 30 trade, 24 trade, 42, 25. The biggest one that we have was on the 31st. We have 41 trade, and then Friday on the first we have 39 trade. So the two top biggest trade that I see we have. If we take a look at the trade itself, if you take a look at the trades, that's how the trade goes. You can see how that thing is performed. You can see each trade, what was the profit. You see each trade show you profit and loss, profit, loss, profit. Here's look at 3 trade back to back, that was a loss. After we do 4 trade straight, you can see how those trade looks like. Look at that. There's quite a few trade back to back as a winning trade. We have 3 trade back to back loss. So we have, this is very, very good when I look at overall, and you can see on the left side each time how was the profit was at that time when that happened. When I had those 3 trade back to back loss, but my profit was still above 1,000. He's under there losing back to back. I'm still up. I was 1,400 and start with 1,200. Still very good. Let's see the highest profit that we calculate. Our highest profit was 2580. It was 2580. We reached the top of 2580. That's where we get our profit. So this is very good. If you take a look at the trade based on the hourly charts, so based on the hourly, you can see based on the hourly, you can see where the most of the trade happened. It looks like between 8 to 9 a.m. That's when most of the money was being made. 560 between 8 to 9, and then from 9 to 10, and we have about 1775. Let's say you want to trade between 8 to 9. That's all we get. You see, because that's where most of the time happen. Then after 10 o'clock, the market is very slow. Around lunchtime, I think around 11 o'clock, that the European impact the market because that's when they actually close. That's when I think that's why I see some big movement around that time. And then after that, noon to 2 o'clock, they don't have that much trade happen. So maybe in the future we can take a look at, maybe we can try to trade between 8 to 10 and then 11 to 12 and then don't trade no more. That's it. We can pick 2 times to trade during the day. Between 1 o'clock you can see there's a little movement, and then this is 2 to 3 all the way to 2 o'clock. That's when I stop the trade at 2 o'clock exactly. I stop it at 2 o'clock. That's why that one looks like. So far everything seemed to be Looks very good. You can see between the 8 to 9, you can see how much money was made on between 963 trade. That's where most of the trade happened, 1700. Between 10 to 11, you can see between 11 o'clock to 12, 570. You can see around those time how much money each of those trade contribute to overall profit. Day of the week, if you take a look at the Monday on the 265, we show you how the Mondays did looks like. The Tuesday was 520. Wednesday was very low. So most of the money happened on Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday. That's where most of the money did make. So yeah, that's very good. This is that was, I think, that timing that I have on that strategy, I think, is good, and I'm ready to put it to the test for this week. I don't want to modify the trade. I don't want to modify nothing in it. The only thing I'm going to modify is the printout. I want to get a printout. So when I have all those entries, what I like to know is I want to know how tall was the height of the candle, what was the Bollinger Band size was when the entry and when his exit. That's what I want to analyze to make sure each of those is calculating it. Right now, that's what I'm looking at. So you can see those trades. You see, look at, like, the last trade was a lot of profit here. I mean, look at that. Look at what those entries happen. Look at that. Buy here, profit. Buy here, profit. The last two trades was profit. You can see here's a trade right here that is sell short. From the sell short, and then he closed that position right there. That's actually a 3 points. That's about $150 loss right there. That was $150 loss. Also, that's a profit. That's a target. That's a sell short. That was a long. That was the long swing, because in the single candle we make our money right there. So that was pretty good. And then we took another trade. We took another trade is also another profit. We sell short. Here is a profit. Actually, that's not one single candle. The entry was right here. He get out here on the profit. Then he go short on the same candle, get another profit again. That's like a $200 trade right here. I mean, this is very good when I look at it. Like, those trade was dead spot right here. All those things right here was dead spot because they don't have no movement was in the market, so we didn't take no trade. That's like three losses in a row right here. A lot of volatility happening right here on 11. You can see sell short, that was a profit, but the second one was a sell short, that was a loss under the loss trading stop. So we have to deal with trading stop, so we have to protect ourselves. That's it. I think that's my longest video that I've done. So just to see how the overall market was, how did it trade, how did it come out with, so we can see how that thing looks like. So okay, so next time when doing the live one, we show you another performance, but for now, for this week's to start with the November, I think this is pretty good. We're going to leave it like that, and then until the next time again, I'll show you some performance, how that strategy is looking at it. So far, the strategy seem to be clean, and I like it. And if you got any suggestion, you can let us know. Share your thought, and then if any improvement that you can think, overall presentation, overall delivery, or if you want to see the code, how it looks like, and we can share that also with you to show just a few lines on it, even if you don't want to share the whole thing, but that we can show you what we're doing on the code on the back end to see how those should automatically happen, because we don't do nothing. We just put it, activating it, tell it what time to trade, and then take the trade. At the end of the day, we can take a look at to see how we did. That's it.